Thanks for watching the final part of AVGN 200, every LJN game. But before we get into the video, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN takes the data you send over the internet and safeguards it from prying eyes, wrapping it in a protective bubble for you called a virtual private network. Then your data is sent through a secure tunnel to its destination. ExpressVPN is also the highest rated VPN available, so my team and I can feel at ease knowing we're protected. On top of that, ExpressVPN lets you watch movies that are usually geo-blocked in your country. Of course, it's the holiday season, so it's a perfect excuse to watch Gremlins. But it's not on Netflix USA. So, using ExpressVPN, I changed my location to Mexico, and the movie showed up instantly, all in beautiful high definition. Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/Cinemassacre or clicking the link in the description below.
Previously on the Angry Video Game Nerd.
And with me as the head of LJN, I will undo the wrongs of the past and prove that there is gold at the end of this rainbow.
I will be remaking the LJN game library. Okay, I can't even control which way I'm supposed to be going. Okay, well, maybe can we move on to another console?
That would entail starting over from scratch.
Keep it on the NES, get it fixed. What were you thinking? Ah! Oh, God. Oh, I gotta focus on my task here. Acknowledge every LJN game, and then I can move on. Well, let's get to the wrestling games next. Now, there were 3 on NES brandishing the LJN logo, and thankfully, I've already talked about them. Ugh. Oh! Oh! Trying to hit a guy here is like trying to hit a grain of sand with a tennis racket while Andre the Giant farts directly into your nostrils. Steel Cage Challenge, well, it has a steel cage mode. If you like glimpsing the wrestlers through the cage, get the cage out of the way, I can't see anything. Just kick him to the ground and repeatedly stomp his dick, then pin him for the slowest 3 count in history. One funny thing I forgot to mention was that in both WrestleMania Challenge and King of the Ring, you can play as yourself. What the hell is that supposed to mean? It's not like you can customize it to actually look like yourself. King of the Ring also had a Game Boy version. It's similar to the NES version, but even more awkward and with Atari sounds. WWF, more like WTF. WWF Superstars was a big improvement. Better graphics, has music during the match, but whenever the characters get close, their bodies sort of fuse together. It's weird. Then there was WWF Superstars 2. Hey, it's on the title screen and they're already wrestling. It's impressive they included the wrestlers' theme songs. You have the option to fight in a cage match, which I don't really see the point of. But hey, each Game Boy version is an improvement over the last. Next up, we have a trilogy on Super Nintendo. In my wrestling episode, I trashed all 3 of these games, but I have to admit, these were fun. The first was WWF Super WrestleMania. It had a great character lineup, and seeing the faces all digitized was new and exciting. It gave you the option of fighting one-on-one or tag team, and you had a variety of moves to pull off. You could jump off the ropes and even fight outside the ring. It introduced a grapple system where you gotta tap the button real fast to perform a move. So if you're playing with a friend, it's all about who has the fastest thumbs. And that's when it gets crazy. You gotta fucking tap that shit like grease lightning. And if you're both the same speed, it'll go on forever. Yeah, you haven't experienced anything until you've been in a fucking thumb war over LJN wrestling games on Super Nintendo. Yeah! The second in the trilogy was WWF Royal Rumble. This is the one I used to play the most as a kid. I always remember how when you flip through the character screens, their theme song plays. I had never heard such awesome synthesized metal coming through my Super Nintendo. Sometimes I'd cycle through these tunes and just let it play in my room. Yeah. The game itself functions like the last one, but improved with the option of the Royal Rumble, of course. This is where it gets nuts, having all those characters fill the ring, unleashing pure chaos and pandemonium. And if you get thrown out, you can still sit back and watch the rest of the fight. The third in the trilogy was WWF Raw, and wow, what a trippy opening. At first I thought the game was glitching. So this version is like Royal Rumble on crack. Now there's mega moves and finishing moves. I don't know, but at a certain point I think enough is enough. The computer opponents are much harder, I have to say. Overall, it's fun, crazy wrestling action, and the chair hit never gets old. That's my favorite wrestling trope. There just happens to be a chair there. So might as well hit somebody. Only problem, they usually don't want to come near. Come on, anybody? Who wants to get hit by a chair? But then, of course, there was WWF Raw on Game Boy. Going from the Super Nintendo to these tiny characters on a portable screen? Yeah. The fixed camera angle with a wide view of the ring doesn't help. The grapple button mashing is way more tiring on the D-pad, so I say fuck it. And that covers the wrestling games. All right, Sam, how's the game looking?
Yeah, this is okay. So we got the feedback from the focus group. The difficulty is too high. The game is too easy. Too many enemies. Not enough opponents to fight with. Somebody says that they really want hula girls and a bowling ball weapon.
This is horrible. Do we even have any power-ups at all now?
Well, you said no hourglasses, so the time kind of runs out a bit quick.
What's happening with the music here?
Okay, so we had the power of love. Well, we couldn't, the licensing and everything, so I sped it right up so you can't even recognize it, because I didn't have time to write a new song.
Oh no, you didn't put the bowling ball.
It's in the nose. The focus group wanted bowling balls, man. I don't know why.
Who wanted bowling balls? Oh, the flickering is worse. Oh, the controls are worse. Oh, we are spiraling into the toilet here.
Just while I have you, we do need to nix the time travel and the Hill Valley background and a few other things just because of time constraints.
Fine. Just make it playable. Make it work. How much time do we have to fix this?
Okay. Well, the deadline is, let me take a look. 2 hours from now. Hope you got a flux capacitor.
All right, you got one last chance. Don't fuck this up.
All right, let's finish the LJN library. But before we end this, it's worth mentioning they also made a gaming accessory, the Rollin' Rocker, which I already covered.
It's another hunk of plastic. Who made this thing? Son of a bitch. I'm drinking Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker. Rollin' Rock, Rollin' Rocker. Yeah, Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker.
But now, let's get into all the miscellaneous games, the LJN leftovers. First up is Pictionary. That's right, the word-guessing drawing game now on your NES. Seems like a good idea, actually. How could you screw that up? The free drawing game, where you can just doodle whatever you want, is so bad it almost rivals the LJN video art. It controls like garbage. The way you have to rotate the tool around and how it speeds away like a runaway rocket makes you wish you had an Etch-a-Sketch instead. And the erase sound effect. I think I've heard that before. Is that from Ghostbusters? Now that's epic. When you play the main game, it becomes immediately clear that this is not the Pictionary you'd expect. There's a game on the side that has an astronaut kicking around balls, or firefighters catching people out a window who won't wait their turn, or a guy carrying crates. Don't you hate it when you're trying to stack crates and frog heads keep bothering you? The idea is to last as long as possible in these mini-games, as the more points you get, the more of the picture on the right gets uncovered. When you lose the mini-game, you're left to solve the word for the picture, even if the picture is nowhere near complete. So I've been able to guess many of them, but when you can barely see much of it, what's the point?
How am I supposed to know what that is? How about fuck you?
One game I remember seeing as a kid was Gotcha, the sport. When I saw that cover, I was intrigued because I thought that red splash was blood, but it's actually a paintball, capture the flag style game. Thank God the Punisher's not playing. The interesting thing is that the game was part of a marketing franchise of toy guns for kids that shot washable paint. They were made by LJN's Entertech division. The other weird thing is that it's sorta based on the comedy action film Gotcha from '85. I'd put this in the movie category, but it's such a loose adaptation.
So it uses the NES zapper and controller at the same time. So use the D-pad to go left and right, and the zapper to fire, obviously.
All you do is blast people with your paintballs and try to capture the flag.
Well, it's not that great. But what do you expect from an NES Zapper game made by LJN that's sorta kinda maybe based on a movie and that's part of a line of paintball guns for kids?
Surf's up, dudes! It's T&C Surf Design. I've reviewed this one in rhyme before, if you remember that. But let's take another look. There's two sections, skateboarding and surfing. The skateboarding is self-explanatory. You just gotta dodge everything while trying to make the fastest time. And I don't understand the hitboxes or anything. Look at this. I just fell into the side of a hole.
Man, I could never skateboard, even in a game. I mean, skateboarding's like some kind of high-level wizardry. Tony Hawk and shit. It's fucking crazy, man. Skate or die. For me, it's the latter. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ow! Ooh!
The surfing stage is one that goes down as one of the unholiest of ass fests. The controls I couldn't figure out as a kid, and I can't figure them out now. You just keep getting sucked into this wave. Not to mention, what's up with the choice of characters? The gorilla looks like some kind of generic cartoon, but the other one,
Now, hang on. Somebody decided that should be a character. Yeah, we have this rad surfing game. What kind of character should we have? I don't know. How about a cat in a tuxedo?
But it's not just a cat. It's a man's body with a cat's head. Anyway, man, this game sucks. Wish I could be that guy casually floating at the bottom. He's got the life. But not me. I can't relax. I gotta flip some shit at the top of the waves here. Fuck! 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 Oh, wow. Oh, yes, yes! Ah! But hey, guess what? There was a sequel, T&C 2, Thrilla Safari. So the plot concerns Thrilla Gorilla.
Wait, a plot?
Wow, they really put a lot more thought into this one. So Thrilla's girlfriend, his human girlfriend named Barbie Bikini, is captured by a witch doctor. So it's the standard rescue the girl bullshit. The stages alternate between skateboarding and surfing. It's more action-based than the previous game. You race through, fighting enemies and jumping hurdles.
Oh my god, he exploded! Let's see that again.
It's 1,000 times more playable than the other game, but fuck them both. Everybody's heard about the nerd. Nerd, 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 nerd's the word. Nerd, 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 nerd's the word. Nerd, 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 nerd's the word. Don't you know about the nerd? Everybody knows that the nerd is the word. Surfing nerd! Next up, Crash Dummies. Good thing I took care of that one. Everything is just flat and lifeless. The character animation looks really stupid. Everyone walks like they're holding in a huge shit. You know, like when you have to go so bad, it feels like the poop's pressing into your pelvic bone. But there's also Crash Dummies on Game Boy. So this one's just a bunch of mini games. You start out falling from a building and are supposed to crash into as many things as possible on the way down.
Was that supposed to happen? It's a game where you're a crash dummy who crashes into shit. How do you know when you die?
The next screen says, that was boring. Yep, I'll leave it at that. Then there was the Super Nintendo version, a simple side-scroller. With 16 bits, you'd think they'd shift the quality to the next gear, but instead, they cut the corners. Fair gameplay takes a back seat to this half-ass accident that'll let the air out of your tires till you crash and burn. There's also a Genesis version, which was identical. It was typical of Acclaim to put the same game on both consoles while only putting the LJN stamp on the Super Nintendo version. But this was a rare case on the Genesis. Even though the LJN logo is nowhere to be seen on the box or cartridge, it does appear on the copyright screen, and to my knowledge, is the only Genesis game where the LJN name ever appeared. Since these games are so identical, I was on the fence whether it should be counted twice.
If not, that would bring our total number of 67 LJN games down to 66. Or would you say an identical game half counts? 0.5? Or would you say it more than half counts? A 0.6? There's 66.6 LJN games. Fuckers! Come on, knock it off!
Then there was a game called Revolution X on Super Nintendo, which was originally an arcade. The plot is some crazy shit. Some dictatorship called the New World Order bans all video games and media.
Can they ban Superman 64, Dark Castle, Action 52? Should have banned all these fucking games.
You must battle New Order forces to get backstage at Club X to meet Aerosmith, where together you will begin the revolution?
Aerosmith! The band Aerosmith is in this game!
You'd think because they were such a big part, they would have appeared more prominently on the box art. Not just the boring Revolution X logo.
Their music is all over it, and I didn't even know the Super Nintendo was capable of emulating those songs with such clarity. Just listen.
And if that's not enough, Steven Tyler gives you mission briefings.
If you're watching this, then they've taken over. It's up to you now. Find our car and stop the New Order. Remember, music is the weapon.
Steven Tyler is talking to me through my Super Nintendo. This blurs the line between awesome and ridiculous. It's a game where you start a revolution by using music, love and peace. No. By fucking murdering everyone!
This can't be real. You just shoot everything. All you do in this game is destroy. You even shoot bad guys in a strip club, and the dancers keep dancing. I ain't seeing this, man. The arcade even has blood.
Now we're living on the edge. Janie's got a gun, all right. Sweet emotion? More like sweet ammunition. That's what they should have done. If you're gonna have an Aerosmith shoot-'em-up game, you might as well play it up. Could have had a whole soundtrack.
Revolution X!
It's Revolution X, the hot new album from Aerosmith, packed with songs to take down the New World Order to.
Love is an epic slaughter, shooting them up when they hit the ground. Love is an epic slaughter. Wah, wah, dude looks like he's dead now. Dude looks like he's dead now. Scream on, scream on. Scream on!
Revolution X. Order now.
Hurry!
And so in 95, Acclaim performed an exorcism on the LJN name, and so it was gone for 5 years. Like a demon seeking a new host, it found another console to invade, the Dreamcast, and thus emerged the final appearance of the unholy sign, the old rainbow in the dark.
Look at that logo in full Dreamcast glory.
You know, I'm gonna miss reviewing LJN games. No, I'm not.
The game is Spirit of Speed, a racing game which takes place in 1937. So I guess maybe if you're really into classic cars of that time period, it might sort of be appealing. But geez, give me Mario Kart or F-Zero any day. Even as far as realistic racing games go, this is more like early PlayStation or N64 than Dreamcast. Spirit of Speed my ass, more like Spirit of Slow. The cars handle like you're dragging 20 tons of bowling balls and donkey dung. You like trudging through farmland as dull green and gray wash over your senses? And 10 laps? What are you kidding me? This is something you play if you want to go to sleep.
There's almost nothing to say about it. I can't work with this. But you know what? I just completed the LJN library.
Farewell, you fuck.
All right, Sam, let's see the game.
Well, we did our best. So this is the final product. We cut some corners, but I think...
Just show me the damn game!
All right, right. Here it is.
I'm a shitload of fuck! I'm a shitload of fuck!
Nerd! You've made the worst game ever! You've become the very thing you were fighting against!
I should be reviewing your game, nerd! No! I'm the angry video game nerd. No! What was he thinking? What a shitload of fuck! Buffalo diarrhea bullfuck, that is! It's shit, it's poop, and I don't like it.
No!
All these years, I've been trashing these games. But maybe I haven't been fair. Maybe it wasn't the game designer's faults. Maybe if you haven't tried something yourself, you don't know how fucking hard it is. It wasn't their fault. I forgive them. This game, I forgive. And this game, I forgive. And this game... This game sucks.